Hello, my friends. My name is Ellen. Welcome back to my Southern Kitchen and the first episode of Ellen's Fall Baking Series 2025. For the first recipe of the fall season, I'm going to make a staple and classic dessert of Charleston, South Carolina, the Lowcountry, and the Gullah Geechee community, Charleston Chewies. And my friends, it is so simple and easy to make. The bomb.com delicious, loaded with brown sugar and pecans. Perfect for the fall season, also for Labor Day. Everybody's going to love and enjoy this. And these are so addictive, you may want to double the recipe. And I'll post the complete recipe along with the instructions down in the description box below. And for more Gullah Geechee recipes, check out my Gullah Geechee recipes playlist and my previous video, Homemade Lemonade. I'll post the link to that down in the description box below. So grab your baking pan, your brown sugar, and your pecans sugar, because we're about to make some Charleston Chewies magic in my Southern kitchen. Here we go! Alright, my friends, the first thing we're going to do is toast our pecans. I like to toast them to give it a nice nutty flavor. I have my skillet is nice and dry. My fire is on medium heat. We're going to add in 1/4 cup of chopped pecans. And if you're not a fan of pecans, you can use walnuts or almonds. Give them a stir. And we're going to let them toast for 4 minutes until they crisp and warm through. Alright, my friends, the pecans are nice and toasted, and off camera I removed them from the pan and poured them into my bowl. And it smells amazing. Nothing like the smell of toasted pecans. Now we're going to set this aside while we work on our dry ingredients. We need 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, so we're going to start with my 1/2 cup measurement. Going to fluff it up. And using my butter knife, we're going to level it off. And voila, perfect 1/2 cup. We're going to pour it into my bowl. Now we need 1/4 cup. Just repeat the process. And the perfect 1/4 cup. So that's our 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And into our flour, we're going to add in our leavenings, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of table salt. Give it a quick whisk until they're well combined, or you can sift them if you like. Okie dokie, dry ingredients are done. Now we're going to set this aside. Time to work on the wet ingredients. In my large bowl, we're going to add in 1/4 cup, which is 1/2 stick or 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter that I melted and cooled slightly. You can also use salted butter, just omit the salt. Into our melted butter, we're going to add in 1 cup of packed light brown sugar. Next, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and 1/2 teaspoon of pure maple extract. I love maple and pecans, so incredible. Give these a stir until they're well blended. Alright, my friends, over here in my bowl, I have a 1 extra large egg. Going to lightly beat it and pour it into the brown sugar mixture. And mix that in until it's well incorporated. Alrighty, now we're going to slowly add and mix in the flour mixture. And keep on mixing. Be careful not to overmix. Alrighty, I am through mixing up my batter. Now we're going to add and fold in our toasted chopped pecans. Alright, my friends, our batter is complete. And how simple and easy was that? I can smell the maple extract and the vanilla extract. Now we are ready to pour it into our pan. We are going to pour it in an 8-inch square baking pan that I greased with butter. And using my spatula, or you can use a knife, we're just going to spread it evenly. Alrighty, now we are ready to put them in the oven. Oven's preheated to 350 degrees. Going to let them bake for 20 minutes and I'll bring you back. My friends, I wish y'all was in the kitchen with me. It smells like fall up in here. I just taken my Chewies out of the oven. It's nice and golden brown around the edges and it's loose in the center, but it's good and done. Now we're going to let them cool completely. And as soon as they're cooled, I'll bring you back. Alright, my friends, our Chewies are nice and cooled. Time to cut them into squares. Alrighty, now let's see if I can get one out. Wish me luck. Gorgeous! Came out nicely. In total, we have 16 squares. And look at the pecans inside. Alright, I'm going to get all my squares out and place them onto my plate. And then we'll give it a taste. Alright, my friends, I've got all my Chewies onto my plate. And before we taste them, there's one more thing we got to add to them. A dusting of powdered sugar. Just like that, aren't they pretty? And there you have it, my friends. Charleston Chewies. Doesn't that look good? Now it's time for the best part, the tasting. Here we go. Look at that. Please have a bite. Beautiful texture. Soft and chewy. I love that hint of maple. And I love that crunch from the pecans. Oh, I'm in heaven. These are amazingly divine, my friends. Please give this recipe a try. This deserves another bite. Yum-o. Charleston Chewy-licious. My friends, many thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video recipe, please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And for more Southern magic in my kitchen, hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so that way you'll be notified when my new videos come out. Also, follow me on social media, Facebook, Ellen's Homemade Delights, and Instagram at Ellen Delights. And please send me an email, ellenshomemadedelights@gmail.com. I would love to see your beautiful creations with my recipes. And I'll see you next time. Let's eat. Much love and happy fall.